Hello, everybody. I'm Mrs. Morrison, your instructor for the MBC102 and 20 course for the March 24th start date. And I want to go over a MOS simulation, just give you some type of guidance for those of you that need a little bit more details in completing these assignments. These are very important assignments, getting you familiar with navigating um, as a medical biller encoder in the system that you will be working on in the field. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and hopefully this helps you all out. Okay, so we have MBC 102. Let me get rid of this. Okay, and I'm going to start with week 3. I'm going to go ahead and do week 3. And we're going to do the exercise 6.1 overview. And maybe I'll go ahead and do this one for week 4. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Click on the blue hyperlink. And it takes you here to your exercise. You got 13 minutes. And there's a document here. So you're not filling this out, but it's giving you a replica of what you're going to be filling out electronically. So you click this drop arrow here, and it takes you to the assignment here. And you just go ahead, simply click Start Assignment. You see the first question here, International Classification of Diseases. Same question here, but you're going to input your information electronically here and submit your assignment once you complete all 10 questions. You also have that check my work, which helps you along the way as far as if the answer is correct, and it will help you out in guidance to the correct information and correct data that should be entered here. I also want to say the book to the right here, you have your full book here. It takes you to the book, and we are in chapter 6. You got exercise 6 here, and I would simply just go here. And this will help you as well with completion of the assignment here. So we got the International Classification of Diseases, 10th revision, clinical modification, ICD-10, codes, and classifies, and then there's your answer there that you need to input, or morbidity data. So for number 1, you have where you can pull your answer. And we know that this is a code set that reports diseases or morbidity. There's another thing I want to show you as well. Let's go back here. So in your module AM 102, you have your books here. So you can either go this route, which I like because you can highlight your answers in this book. Understanding health insurance. And go to chapter 6, which I've already did some highlights here. So chapter 6, just drop down and you got the introduction, and it's the same information that you see here, which is your book as well embedded into the course Cengage here. But you also have your ebook, same thing, and you're able to highlight. So this is giving you an overview of the International Classification of Diseases. And then we have the World Health the WHO, World Health Organization information here. And it uses to classify mortality, death, data reported on death certificates. So this code set and the World Health Organization is an organization that also covers this code set. And all this is in your red section of your ICD-10 coding manual. So I would highlight information as far as the different organizations that play a part in the code set development of it, updating or deletions of it, and they'll give you a host of organizations that are linked to this code set. So you got the World Health Organization, you got the National Center for Health Statistics also. They developed a clinical modification of the I-10, and that's what that CM is, clinical modification, and it's to classify morbidity, diseases, and data. Okay, so for number one, I'm gonna move my book over and pull my answers from my book, or you can pull them from here as well. And that's the same information, the World Health. And I'm digging for an answer. So to classify anything you see italicized, pay close attention to it because it may be, see, it won't let me highlight here. It may be an answer you're looking for. So for number one, codes and classifies. So we got I-10 to classify morbidity, diseases, data. So we got classifies, let's go diseases here. Data documented on inpatient, outpatient record, including used to codes and classify procedure data from hospital centers. And we also have here to classify right here. So to classify morbidity disease data from inpatient and outpatient encounters. Okay, so that would be number one. You can just click your answer, check your answer, and that lets you know it's wrong. So right here, classify, oh, I put diseases, so it's disease. So check my work, and that's another way you can make sure you get all correct answers. And that's letting me know that it's correct. Then number two, you have the International Classification of Diseases, 10th revision. And that next answer, let's see, we got procedure. It should, and it's flowing. The questions on here is flowing just like these paragraphs are. So that first one, we got disease, which is in parentheses there. Okay, and records including, and the international class, I'm reading the question again, 10th revision, procedure classifications, ICD-10, PCS is used to code and classify um, procedure data. Let's go with procedure here. Data from hospital inpatient records only. So that looks like it's flowing like this is right here. And again, we move my book over so you guys can see that in my actual textbook, if you are able to have two monitors or two screens open, I would have my book open as well. But again, you still have the book here. But I'm able to highlight and go back to, as I read, what I need to pull in order to apply it here. So you have your Understanding Health Insurance textbook, which is located in your modules here. So that's what I opened up, and that's what you see here. So now I'm on question two, and I say it's procedure. So is used to code and classify procedure data. So that's number two there. And it's also here, procedure data. Okay, number three, oh, let me go back. So you want a green check mark there as well. So let's check our work. Look like that's correct here, but it also lets you know down here. Once you submit your answer and check your work, it'll let you know whether or not you're going in the right direction. So there's no way you cannot get this right. All right, number three, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid. So I will go over here and look for anything saying Centers for Medicare and Medicaid right there and see if I can answer this question. So we got the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, abbreviates I-10 CM and I-10 PCS as Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services as I-10-CM-PCS. Now, if I go back to my book, there it is right there. So it's the same thing. And I like my book, but it's the same thing you're reading here in the book that's embedded in the course, okay, for Cengage, the Moss platform. But you also have your ebook, same book, and you're able to highlight information and go back and maybe screenshot, or they won't let you copy and paste, but at least you'll have this, the duration of the time you're here, and you can go back and read over this and have it already highlighted. So I highly suggest using your textbook as well. All right, so we got questions. You got one, two, no, one, two, and three. What number are we on? Yeah, we're on number three now. So this would be the answer for number three, ICD-10 CM/PCS. So let's go ahead and type that in and see if we got it right. So ICD-10 CM/PCS. Let's check our answers, check my work. That's the correct answer there. So there's a green check mark there. Number four, the intent of I-10 is to describe the blank picture. So, because it is designed and facilitates. Okay, the term clinical emphasizes the modification intent, which is to describe, and it also serves as a useful tool in the area of morbidity data for indexing medical records. Codes require up to 7 characters. So I went through this and I highlighted up to certain questions here. So the term clinical. So I-10, the intent. The term clinical emphasizes the same thing we just seen in our book. I'm gonna say clinical here. Take it off caps. Check my work. That's it. Okay. Number 5, ICD-10 codes require up to. Okay. So we got clinical, you're describing, prevention for use. There we go. I-10 codes require up to 7 characters. So let's go ahead and type in the word 7, and that's correct. Okay. So moving forward for each one of these questions, just flow like the paragraphs. They're not going all out in left field. It's flowing just like you're reading here. And they're making you dig deeper. As you read, you're learning, right? And also use your book. You can highlight and go back to the details of what you highlighted in here. Now, I believe you can do that as well. Let's see what happens when I try to highlight clinical. It's telling me you can only create highlights and notes by opening the reader from an activity on your learning path. Learning path, and that might be your book they're talking about here, which is this. And you're able to highlight in here. Okay? Which I chiseled out answers to those first couple questions on the quiz here. So, ICD-10 uses an alphabetic index to initially locate codes for conditions and blank lists to verify codes. Well, if you've been billing long enough, we know that would be the tabular. So if they're already mentioning the alphabetic index to locate the code in our I-10 coding manual, we cross-check in the tabular. And I know that off the top of my head, but let's see. So we got clinical here, 7 characters. Corporate much greater. And they're going medical terminology. Sure, accurate coding. And we must have to dig a little bit deeper in here. Going over I-10 PCS. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. So let's check our work. Tabular, yes. So I-10 utilizes an alphabetic index, initially locate codes for conditions, and a tabular list to verify codes, cross-reference subterms. So where is that? And God, it's in here somewhere. Coding conventions, 7 characters. A lot of good information here. Giving us a breakdown of the coding manuals. Is it in my textbook? Where's the tabular? You can also key in directly what you need. If you think you know the answer already, got chapter 6. It's taking us here. Yep, it's taking us. Then going into chapter 9, index and tabular lists. And that's over here. So chapter 5. And this is chapter 6. Right here. So this is I-10 index and tabular, which is here. So you can also search this way as well. Look like 172, well, 171 here, then it goes to 192, but contains an index, International Classification 10th revision, contains an index, initially locate codes for conditions, list of disease and injury, alphabetic index, listing of terms, and that will be tabular. Okay, the reporting of ICD-10 PCS codes was mandated by who was it mandated by? Beginning of the chapter. Mandatory reporting. Medicare Catastrophic Coverage Act. That's I-9 codes. Title. Let's say the Health Insurance Portability Accountability Act mandated the adoption of code set standards. Final rule. Yeah, I want to say health insurance portability. Let's check my work. It is, yeah. So health insurance portability and accountability. So you can check before you even type to see if you're going in the right route, and it'll let you know. So it is that Health Insurance Portability Accountability Act, which is here. So piece it together and we got the coding manuals, updating, mandatory reporting. And that's where I got that from, where when it's saying it's mandated, you need to get to the section in the book where it's stating mandatory. So it would be these health insurance portability. Reporting I-10 codes on submitted claims ensures the medical, I want to say necessity. Now, is that going to make us go back? Yeah, there it is. It's going in order there. Okay, so medical necessity referred to as a reasonable and necessary for the diagnosis or treatment of an illness. Claims ensures medical right here. So reporting accurate on submitted claims is medical necessity. Hope this is right. Let's check the word. All right, there we go. So we got that there. So just kind of go through it and link it to the information, and it kept me wrong because I didn't type in that health insurance. Accountability legislation. Did I type something wrong? Health insurance. Health insurance portability. Oh, well, and accountability. Uh, oh, full term HIPAA legislation. Still wrong. Why? Health insurance, portability, and accountability, HIPAA legislation. Could we go HIPAA? Yeah, just do HIPAA. Okay. For number 9, face-to-face contact between a patient. So we got, this was, oh, something else going on here. So we got the medical necessity. And remember, it's flowing when you get settled on some information in the text here. You're able to kind of find where you are able to, so an encounter is face-to-face. So let's go ahead and type in encounter. That's right here. And that's also in your textbook. We got medical necessity here. And then we got an encounter. That's on page 170 in your textbook. Let's go ahead and type encounter. And let's check our work. All right, number 10. The criteria used to determine medical necessity include purpose, scope, evidence, and those are listed here. Purpose, scope, so value. You want to do value. And that's here also in your actual ebook here, okay? And that's on page 170, all these answers. So value. Let's go ahead and put value and check our work. And that's correct. So all 10, you're able to locate your answers here. Within the quiz, open up that book to the right, and it says full book here. Go to the chapter, and the chapter is usually leading by the simulation. So we got chapter 6 here, and they got 110 here. All right, once you're done with that, go ahead and save your work. You're going to submit your assignment for grading. One time, you are not limited, okay? Now, on these assignments, 102, that was week 3. We did the first one there. Then you have week 4. Anything that's saying training, look like you got 2 here. Those are for getting you ready, getting you ready for the assessment. Once you do the assessment, you only get 1 take. So the trainings are unlimited, but they're also worth points, right? And then the assessment, you get 1 go at it, okay? So posting a co-payment, you keep doing those and keep getting interacting with this assignment and getting some knowledge regarding posting a co-payment, and then you go ahead and move forward with the assessment. So unlimited for training, and then assessments, you get one go at it. Look like we're having these each week until the module ends in week 6. All right, we're in week 4 now, and reach out if you need any help with some details of the assignments. And let's go ahead. Maybe let's just see what's week 4 is dealing with here. Takes a minute to load. All right. Okay, I'll bypass this. In this activity, you will post a co-payment. You got your hint and you got your instructions. So Ms. Deborah Acuna has arrived 3:30 to see Dr. Gill. You will need to collect the co-payment. To do so, start by selecting Jill Raja under Providers to select Ms. Acuna's appointment on this schedule. Okay, so we're going to go to Dr. Gill. Where is Dr. Gill? 3:30. Let's go ahead. Select Gill from the provider's options list. Where's the provider's options list? Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and pick Gill. Then on the appointment schedule, select Acuna. She was at 3:30. Oh, she's only highlighted there, y'all. Okay, so we got her. Okay, step 3, go to fees in the top menu. Okay, and select payment. Step 4, review her insurance card, type of insurance she has, and her specialist. Her co-payment amount is, for this visit, she pays $35 by check. To start posting the payment, indicate Ms. Acuna's payment method, record 9812 as the check number, and enter the payment amount. So, hint, select check payment. Type 9812. So let me go back. So let me go back. So type 9812. So 9812. And in the check reference field, okay, type $35 in the paying input field, which is over here. Kind of scroll over. Okay. Okay. Select generate invoice. Select print. You have completed. That was simple, y'all. Okay. Save it. I'm sure it's already saved. Then get out of there. And then your score should be there. Okay. All right. If you need any help, reach out to Mrs. Morrison. You got my email. You got the inbox within our course shell where you can reach out here. Inbox, and you can go ahead and email me directly or email me to my Outlook here. Okay, so either way, you can reach out to me. Select your course and you got your teachers there, and that will be me right there. So that's how you can reach me. You guys have a good day and get these assignments done. They're quick. You have a good day.